everybody, Backyard Bullion here. Now last weekend I said that the European Mint group orders that we'd just done were going to be the last for the foreseeable future. But I told a little bit of a fib because I forgot that we have one more small box still to come which contains some of the things which were in pre-order and that had not arrived in that first batch. So today we have a miniature group order unboxing video to share with you all, and I tell you what, it's really quite refreshing to have a normal sized box for once. This one's only a couple of kilos heavy rather than 50 or 60 kilos, so yeah, it should be quite a fun little unboxing to do. I know there's going to be the black flag coins. There's also going to be a few other little bits and bobs in here that were I want to say missed out from the previous order. I mean, it's not necessarily that they were missed out, it's just that we had such a huge order last time that certain items just couldn't be fitted into it because of the weight capacities and things like that. So we have the remainder of everything here to enjoy and see. So hopefully it's all here, and this will be in fact the very last delivery. Potentially though, there is going to be one more for myself, and that's hopefully going to come before Brexit, and that's for the white line of Mortimer Silvers. That's going to be an issue, or a potential issue, if it comes after a no-deal deadline and we have to pay import duties and things like that for it. But we shall see what happens. Hopefully things will be all right in the end. So we've got a few cool things to come out of this box. In fact, there's not a great deal of variety here. As I said, there wasn't really a great deal missing. The main things that, the main things that weren't in there were this big roll here. In fact, we've got a bunch of loose ones here as well. That's another, those are the Valiants. So there were a few Valiants missing from the first batch, and then there were these. This is what we've been waiting for. This is one of the big popular coins of the moment. The black flag coins, pirates being obviously incredibly popular. The Blackbeard ship, look at that, it's actually really pretty. I haven't picked any of these up for myself, but I'm really happy to showcase that here. Gosh, look at that, that's very, very cool indeed. And it's a, I think that's the Perth Mint. I can't remember, I think it's the Perth, it must be the Perth Mint. It looks like Perth Mint. Ian Rank Broadley's portrait of the Queen there, 4 nines, really nice matte finish. So very, very cool coin. Glad those have arrived. As you can see, they're pretty popular. Not necessarily the world's most popular coin, which is an interesting one. You know, certainly I've seen things like the Valiants picked up more than perhaps these, but they are premium coins, so that's definitely something to factor in. Now, what else have we got in this little unboxing? We've got some of the Perth Mint Dragon Bars. Those are continuing to impress and be ever popular, and I know from previous orders in this year and last year that those were some of the standout coins of 2018 and then into 19. I haven't heard as to whether they are going to be doing any 2020 versions. I would hope so, because they're very, very pretty indeed. Right, these have no capsules or baggies, so let's put a little cotton glove on. I should have prepared ahead of time, but that would have been far too clever. It's very difficult doing things on camera. Here we go, I can't even get a glove on. There we go. Finally, there we are. Right, so here we have, if we can get the thumb in properly, there we go. Here we have the Royal Arms coins. Those are really very cool indeed, love those. In fact, I've got a golden version of one of these on the way at some point, and hopefully that is going to look incredible. I have to say the silver one looks really good actually in its raw form. Really very impressive coin indeed. So that is what was in that tube. We've got a few other little bits and bobs to have a look at here. So we've got a very cool looking 5-gram gold bar. You don't see particularly large amounts of gold picked up in the European Mint style group orders because gold is ultimately quite a cheap entity in the UK. We can pick up gold fairly cheaply, but there are certain things that some people want, like this, perhaps that aren't readily available. So yeah, very cool, nice 5 grams of gold. Oh, that's very pretty with that kind of hologram on the back. I think that's a hologram on the plastic assay card, I would imagine. And this looks like Münze Österreich, so Austria, Austrian money. Very cool. Not something you see every day. That's very attractive, I have to say. Lovely little 5-gram gold bar. And then the last thing that we have here is the European Mint's 100-gram silver bars. Now here's an interesting thing to look at. So if we go over here, because I've just started processing and finishing up all of the Backyard Bullion hand-poured silver 100-gram bars, so we can see them side by side, and you can make your judgments of which is better. So these ones, the European Mint, I know they just commissioned themselves. They had just a bunch of 100-gram bars poured, and they've got I think a kind of pneumatic stamp, and they've just basically stamped that logo on there. Of course, ours are all handmade. Really takes a lot of time to do them. So that's an interesting one, I have to say, and hopefully its new owner will enjoy it. I think that the new owner's also bought one of my ones, so it'd be interesting to see how they go. So that's the place that we have bought all this from, the European Mint. If you guys would like to go and purchase some silver before a potential no-deal Brexit deadline, I know there is still time. They are still taking orders for pieces of silver and gold to be sent out around the country, to the UK, to Europe, everywhere basically. So if you are interested before that Brexit deadline, looking more and more likely that we're going to have a no-deal Brexit. I personally still think there's going to be an extension or a revocation completely of Article 50, and we'll be back to square one, which will be complete democratic disaster and absolute nightmare for businesses everywhere in the UK and in Europe, because we're just back to square one of wasting 3.5 years worth of our time, energy, and it's just been so time consuming and wearing down. Really has been. So yeah, interesting times ahead for the next couple of weeks, but we'll have to see how it all goes. It's certainly going to be a tumultuous October. I know that I'm going to be taking a little bit easier in October and just waiting to see what happens rather than going and purchasing lots of silver or gold or anything like that, because gosh knows what's going to happen to the silver and gold prices. So there we go. That is a little tiny miniature European Mint unboxing. Some really cool little things, but the main focus, let's have another quick look at these Queen Anne's Revenge black flag coins. I really should do it more justice and do a bit more research on them and talk about them. I might make a kind of random little In Focus Friday video in the near future about these to actually showcase them in all their glory, because they're really very pretty. I love the way that ship looks. Really very attractive indeed. Excellent stuff. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section about the black flag coins if you've got some. Be good to know your thoughts on them. Otherwise, that concludes the European Mint group orders. We are now done. We're in the clear up to the run to Brexit for those, other than my own order of some white lions. Those were the only coins I wanted to buy, and of course their kind of general release date to European dealers is basically the last week of October, and I'm kind of bricking it a little bit to see if we get a big kind of customs duty bill when it comes into the UK. I don't know what's going to happen. It could not. If it does happen, that's it's life, isn't it? But so just be aware that if you are going to go and buy stuff from the European Mint, just to make sure that what you are buying is in stock, because if it's a pre-order item that could take a couple of weeks to arrive to the EU Mint, it might come after Brexit, so do be very wary of that. But otherwise, I would say they are a fantastic company, and I just want to reiterate the thanks that I put in that video the other week about these group orders, that we've been doing them now for, what, 2.5 years or so from a couple of different companies now, and I just want to say a heartfelt thank you to everybody once again for all of the support and faith that you've put in us to handle your precious metals, to sort it out, to process them, to post them out to you guys. And I'm very honoured to have done that. I know that some people have been waiting an awful long time for some of their metals, this particular order. That's just the nature of the beast, unfortunately, with the current climate and Brexit and some various delays with shipping items to the European Mint, and then potentially this parcel, for example, was delayed by a couple of days because of some severe weather conditions in Germany for some reason. But hey ho, that's life. Things happen and things get in the way of your general kind of happiness in life when those happen, and you just got to move on with it. You've got to get on with things, and that's what we're doing with these group orders. We are looking to hopefully put in place some kind of discount code for shipping for people who want to order directly with the European Mint in these next couple of weeks. I haven't got anything lined up just yet, but as soon as I have something, I'll communicate that out. Otherwise, that's basically it. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this mini unboxing. It's quite weird to do an unboxing with just this much stuff in rather than having a giant table full of silver, but that's the way we live now. So hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, put a thumbs up on this video and share it around on your social media. Otherwise, that's it for today. I hope you have a fantastic weekend ahead. And as always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.